Phantom Echoes, The Lost Carnival. It began with a rusted sign half buried in overgrown weeds at the edge of town. The faded letters spelled out the Lost Carnival, and although no one in town remembered it ever existing, its mysterious allure was irresistible. Alex, a curious drifter with a penchant for forgotten legends, decided to follow the lonely road that the sign indicated, unaware that his life was about to be forever changed. The road wound through a desolate landscape, where the sky was a perpetual twilight and the wind whispered secrets among the gnarled trees. As Alex drove, he felt a chill creep up his spine, as if unseen eyes were watching his every move. When he finally reached the supposed location of the carnival, he was met not by vibrant colors and bustling crowds, but by a ghostly spectacle. The carnival grounds were shrouded in mist, the once joyful laughter of children replaced by a silence that was heavy and oppressive. Alex stepped out of his car, his boots crunching on gravel and broken glass scattered across the abandoned fairground. The rusted remnants of rides loomed in the gloom, a creaking Ferris wheel, its seats swaying slowly as if moved by an unseen force, a dilapidated carousel frozen in time, its painted horses chipped and faded. The atmosphere was eerie, like a half-remembered nightmare. As he ventured deeper into the grounds, faint sounds reached his ears. At first, it was a distant, tinkling melody, the echo of a calliope, playing a tune that tugged at old, forgotten memories. Then, he heard murmurs and laughter that seemed to come from nowhere, as if the very air was imbued with phantom echoes of past revelry. The sounds were at once enchanting and terrifying, beckoning him to explore further. Alex's steps led him to the center of the carnival, where a massive marquee stood like a spectral sentinel. Its once bright red fabric was now moth-eaten and ghostly in the dim light. As he pushed the heavy door open, a gust of cold air greeted him, carrying with it the faint scent of cotton candy and popcorn, a reminder of happier times. Inside, the space was vast and empty, the rows of empty seats facing a stage draped in dust and cobwebs. On the stage lay an old, ornate mirror, its surface clouded and distorted. In the reflective glass, Alex thought he saw fleeting images, blurred faces, spectral figures in period costumes, and hints of a long-forgotten tragedy. The images were so ephemeral that he wasn't sure if they were merely tricks of the light or echoes of the past. Suddenly, a soft, almost imperceptible whisper filled the room. "Remember us," it said, barely audible over the creaks and groans of the old building. Alex's heart pounded in his chest as he moved closer to the mirror. With each step, the whispers grew louder, forming fragments of words and half-remembered phrases. He could almost make out stories of lost souls, of a carnival that once brought joy but had ended in heartbreak and sorrow. Driven by both dread and a compulsion he couldn't explain, Alex touched the mirror's cold surface. In that moment, the world around him shifted. The dusty interior of the marquee dissolved into a scene of vibrant life, a carnival in full swing. Bathed in the brilliant glow of gaslights and the vibrant colors of a bygone era, people laughed and danced, and music filled the air. But as quickly as the vision had appeared, it faded, leaving Alex alone once more in the decaying darkness. The transformation was not without consequence. As he turned away, the phantom echoes of the carnival began to follow him, manifesting as shadowy figures at the edge of his vision. They moved silently, their expressions wistful and haunted, as if pleading for release from a curse that bound them to this lost place. Alex could feel their sorrow, a deep-seated anguish that resonated within him. The whispers became persistent, urging him to uncover the truth behind the carnival's demise. Determined to learn more, Alex began searching through the decrepit structures. He found an old ticket booth with torn tickets still scattered across the counter. Each ticket was marked with dates long past, and on one, he discovered a cryptic message scrawled in fading ink. They were promised eternal joy, but paid with eternal sorrow. The words sent a shiver down his spine, hinting at a dark pact that had doomed the carnival to its spectral fate. As night fell and the mist thickened, the carnival transformed further. The phantom figures became bolder, their presence overwhelming. Alex heard the sound of a carousel coming to life in the distance, a haunting melody that seemed both beautiful and mournful. He followed the sound, navigating the labyrinthine paths between decaying tents and abandoned game stalls. At every turn, ghostly faces peered from the shadows, their eyes reflecting a desperate longing for liberation. In a forgotten corner of the carnival, beneath a broken circus tent, Alex discovered a diary. Its brittle pages chronicled the story of the carnival's rise and its tragic end. The diary belonged to the carnival's ringmaster, a man whose ambition had driven him to make a fateful bargain. Desperate to create an everlasting spectacle, he had struck a deal with a mysterious entity, promising the souls of his performers in exchange for immortality and eternal applause. But the price was far greater than he had imagined. The performers were condemned to wander the carnival forever, their laughter twisted into sorrowful echoes. With each page, the diary's account grew darker. The ringmaster's regret was palpable as he described the moment the curse took hold, transforming the carnival into a prison of phantom echoes. Alex's hands trembled as he read the final entry. If you find this, know that the carnival is lost to the darkness. Only the one who can break the curse may free us all, but be warned, the price of freedom is steep. The words echoed in his mind as the spectral figures closed in, their mournful faces turned toward him, and in that instant, Alex understood what he had to do. The carnival was not merely a relic of the past, it was a living testament to a terrible mistake, and its souls cried out for release. Summoning all his courage, Alex approached the old mirror once again. This time, he spoke aloud, reciting the words from the diary with trembling determination. I offer what I have, my own light, to break the curse that binds you. May your echoes find peace, and the carnival be free. As the final word left his lips, a brilliant flash of light exploded from the mirror, and the room filled with an ethereal glow. For a moment, everything was silent. Then, one by one, the phantom figures began to dissipate, their sorrowful gazes softening as they faded into the light. The oppressive weight that had suffocated the carnival lifted, and the ancient structures seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The mirror's surface cleared, reflecting only the empty, dust-laden marquee. Alex stood alone in the quiet aftermath, the echoes of the lost carnival now but a whisper on the wind. Though the carnival remained as a relic of a bygone era, its curse had been lifted, and the phantom echoes were finally at peace. With a heavy heart, Alex knew he must leave this place behind, carrying with him the memory of those who had been trapped by ambition and sorrow. As he drove away, the mist receded, and the landscape returned to its silent, somber state. But in the rear-view mirror, for a fleeting moment, he thought he saw a gentle smile, a final farewell from the souls of the lost carnival, their gratitude echoing in the fading light of a new dawn.